Hi guys, welcome to 30 Days of Minimalism and Mom Life Tips. We're on day 10, talking about another benefit for you, which is the power of the mindset that you can do something to change. See, when you start with accepting life the way it is, and you just figure it's always going to be like this, you basically just stacked the deck against yourself. You made it way harder for yourself to succeed. Now you're kind of pushing the boulder uphill all the time because you have said, just internally, maybe not even without realizing it, that this is the way it is. Nothing's going to change. Nothing big will happen. I've got to keep pushing through. That's the only route. So it's very hard to actually find a big life change in this. That's why life changes then become these traumatic events that jolt us out of our comfort zones, because we've just pushed back, kind of shut the doors on ever seeing change from a positive perspective, that we just get swamped with a ton of negative change that we're forced to change. You get sick and your body shuts down, death of a loved one, and you suddenly reevaluate the job you've been in for the last 10 years, that kind of thing. But we don't have to wait for major traumatic life events. We can say, yes, we can change. We're going to take that power back and just look for little things. Something big often seems overwhelming, but you don't have to wait for the really big thing. Don't wait for inspiration to strike of how to craft the perfect family life. Just sit there and think, let your intuition guide you, and pray about it. What small change can I make? Instead of saying I'm hopeless, I'm helpless, this is hopeless. I can do something. I can always do something, even if it's just change my mindset about something. Because changing our expectations is actually quite powerful. So once you do accept that you have the power to change, you will automatically start looking for ways to tweak what's bothering you, and you will be open to suggestions and just things, books, whatever that will pop up in your way that say, hey, this is a route that might change what you're looking for. You'll suddenly start seeing the book titles, the podcasts, blog articles, things like that might contain useful tips for you that will help you create the life you want. Just kind of I'm not getting into too much law of attraction or whatever stuff, but you do what you're looking for, you do tend to notice. The whole, do you see a bunch of gray vans? Suddenly that's all you see. But if you're looking for time management productivity tips, unconsciously, your brain is going to be filtering when you scroll through your favorite blogs and podcasts for productivity titles. Suddenly you'll feel like you're seeing a bunch of tips and advice on that. And you'll feel like that whole, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear maxim is true, which kind of is. And you start taking in all that and start feeling really jazzed up and pumped up, saying, oh yeah, now I know I can do this. I'm just getting so much helpful teaching and training. Wow, why didn't I ever see it before? Well, it was there, but you hadn't had that filter switched on in your head saying, what I need right now is this. This is my top priority. So your brain said, well, time management, that's not a priority for her right now. She doesn't care about that. So just skim, keep on scrolling. So what would you like your next focus to be? What's bugging you the most right now? What do you just sit there wishing I had a magic wand and could change this? That is what we want to turn your brain switch on to. Say, look for things about that. Be on the alert. If your mother-in-law usually has good advice for something, and then she throws in a random comment, oh, by the way, have you ever heard of so-and-so? And it seems like it's on the same theme as what you're currently wanting to look into. Type it in Google, check it out. It might be the tip that, kicks you over the edge to success. Because there is always something we can do, whether it's the expectation that we let go of, so we lower the pressure on ourselves and realize that we are actually doing quite well for a season with a 6-month-old baby and 3 night wake-ups, or whatever your child is doing. Or you have a ton of kids in sports and things, and you know what? This is pretty much as good as it gets. If you're having to ferry a lot of people around, you've got the Instapot going every night, you've got a routine, you've got a set menu. Yes, you would rather life in the non-sports season, but for a sports season, you're doing actually very well. See, that's a reframing that makes you pat yourself on the back and say, you know what? I'm actually doing way better than I thought. I need to manage my expectations, lower them, ditch the supermom mentality. This is actually pretty good. So you might find there's actually something you can drop for now. The whole I can do something, always something I can do. Maybe it's not the mindset. Maybe it's you know what? We are not going to have this perfectly curated menu plan with tons of rotation, new vegetable being tried every week, whatever the Pinterest aspiration currently is, and fresh smoothies for the kids every day. Forget that. I'm going to make a smoothie once a week and put it in a bunch of glass jars, and if it turns a little bit brown, tough luck. It's vitamins. That's good enough for now. Maybe you're going to say, we're going to eat the same thing 2 meals in a row, because I'm just going to say cook day, off day, cook day, off day, and make enough for twice. Or maybe your kids are small and they don't eat very much yet, so your ordinary meal plan pretty much makes 2 meals for your family anyways. And just embrace it. Maybe you'd rather say, I want more variety. That second meal I'm throwing in the freezer, and there's going to be a certain month or week every month that's kind of a crunch week, and I'm just going to take down all the freezer meals that week, and I won't have to cook a thing. It's going to be bliss. There is an action you can take. Maybe it is dropping something. So think about, maybe pause and journal. Is there something that you really feel like you want to get rid of right now that would really help you if you deleted from your life? Not saying permanently, not saying for the next 6 months, but for the next 3 weeks, the next 3 months. What would really help you in the season that you're in? Because guess what? You have the ability to make that change. And the third thing you might want to do is think of a concrete action that would really overhaul your life. If you're feeling like tons of things aren't working, go ahead, reimagine. Start dreaming, brainstorming, visioning, whatever. It is okay. You are allowed to think big, to want changes. So maybe you need to sit down with your pen and paper. Maybe you need to go for a walk, sit down, have some prayer time with your Bible. Whatever it is, you are allowed to do a ton of stuff. It is okay to want change. So think about it. Do you need to just switch your mindset? Do you need to come up with something to drop? Or are you really feeling called to a huge overset? No, not right now. One of those 3 things will probably really help you, because if you can get that ingrained in your head, that you are allowed to take action, you are allowed to change something, your life is going to be a whole lot better, I promise. Suddenly you're going to start saying, we're late. Okay, I can choose something. I can announce we can run out the door without matching socks or quite the right level of coats I would have preferred for the kids. We can say, I'll reframe the expectations. We're late. There's nothing I can do about it. Let's just sit in the car and not speed and drive safely. Or we can say, we're late. We have been late for years. I'm going to do a big change and fix this, stop this once for all. You can do all 3 if you want. You can do just one. What is it that you want to change? You have the power. God gave you that power. Find it. So I will be there next week for you and answering some special questions from our readers. I will see you then, but until then, email me at hello@yourbusy.life.com if you have a question. And if you have something else you'd like me to make a video about, I would be happy to make one for you. Have a great day, guys. I will see you Monday.